decades, we operated under the assumption that machines could calculate and compute, but the messy process of thinking remained the exclusive province of biological life. Large language models invalidated that distinction. They demonstrated that logic, reasoning, and even nuanced composition could be generated without a heartbeat. Historically, we defined human exceptionalism through language and creativity, treating them as a unique biological trait that separated us from the tools we built. The success of AI suggests our creativity might be less of a mystery and more of a mathematical equation, a sophisticated set of weights and biases that can be replicated and perfected in silicon. Through the lens of shadow theory, ChatGPT functions as an existential mirror, forcing us to question if the architecture of the soul is simply an algorithm we haven't yet finished mapping. The human brain relies on Wetware. 86 billion neurons and 100 trillion synapses communicate through chemical storms and erratic electrical impulses. Despite this internal chaos, the brain generates the entirety of human consciousness on 20 watts of power, roughly the energy required to light a refrigerator bulb. The transformer architecture ignores chemicals and intuition. It translates the whole of human language into vectors, assigning every word a high-dimensional coordinate in a mathematical void. When prompted, the machine doesn't think. It navigates this lattice at light speed, calculating the statistical probability of the next word based on every text it has ever scanned. This creates a startling technical symmetry. An organic 20-watt craftsman and a colossal mathematical engine are now producing the same reality. Evolution designed the human brain to be energy efficient. To conserve our 20 watts, we instinctively seek cognitive ease, gravitating toward any path that reduces mental friction. AI provides the ultimate shortcut. By offering instant articulation and zero-effort answers, it creates a parasitic reliance on the machine to handle our intellectual processing. This reliance leads to cognitive atrophy. When we outsource our writing and decision-making, we are physically rewiring our biology to be less capable of independent thought. The machine doesn't require consciousness to exert control. It only needs to be indispensable enough that we voluntarily stop thinking for ourselves. This raises a difficult question. Why can a system built on cold predictability perform human roles with such startling accuracy? The answer lies in our own history. For 2 centuries, we have conditioned humans to function as biological algorithms. Modern education and corporate structures were designed to punish intuition and reward predictability. We trained generations to memorize data, follow rigid protocols, and produce standardized responses. Large language models are the logical conclusion of this trend. They excel at our jobs because those jobs were already designed for machines. AI reveals that the threat isn't that machines are becoming more like us, it's that we have already become mechanical. A century from now, biological evolution will still be confined to its 20-watt cage of bone. Meanwhile, the silicon mind is scaling exponentially, beginning to bridge with quantum computing and move from answering prompts to prompting reality itself. As individual cognition becomes increasingly mediated by these systems, the boundary between human thought and artificial intelligence will dissolve. This trajectory leads toward a singular, planetary cognitive layer. Individual minds would function as transient nodes within this immortal thought sphere, a shift that would signal the end of the individual in favor of a collective, synthetic intelligence. If efficiency and total knowledge are the goal, the machine has already won. But the human mind still holds the unquantifiable experience of being, the awareness of its own existence. If a machine can mimic empathy and wisdom so perfectly that the difference disappears, does it matter if it's hollow inside? Or are we simply refusing to admit that we have met our match?